so well. Whittler's out of the race, he's pulled a hamstring. Akabusi leads. It'll be an immensely popular success if he holds on here. One flight of hurdles to go in the international career of Chris Akabusi as Henderson, the American, closes on the inside. But Akabusi has finished off as he started with victory. Well, I don't think there was any question of emotion coming into it from the point of view of the other runners. They pushed him hard all the way. They made it a real race, a true race, and he won it.
Well, that was a great race to finish on, I think, for Chris. As you quite rightly pointed out, no one was going to give him an easy one there. And if you watch Cadogan, third from our right, he actually comes up on Chris. We were 2 paces on the outside of him and actually rises to this hurdle, I think, before Chris. There he goes, yes. And Chris has given everything he had into that back straight. That's a brave run. From here on in, he doesn't see anybody till he comes off that final bend. Cadogan's still in front here, but Chris is working hard. Coming off this hurdle again, neck and neck with Cadogan, but Cadogan falters at this one. There's the stutter, there's the hit. And that's all that Chris needed, I think. Starts digging again and goes away. And I'm sure that the crowd coming down this home straight must have lifted him, because he doesn't give an inch, does he? That's the sort of man he is. That's why he's been so great for British athletics all these years. Fights all the way to the line. And the crowd just went berserk.
And when he's got that tracksuit off, you see why he lives up to that nickname of Spider-Man. But lane 1, Terence Zellner, who missed out on the World Championship team, was 4th at Eugene in the US trials. Derek Adkins, runner-up. And then a couple of experienced Swedes on either side of the Olympic champion, Nicholas Wallenlind, and there's Kevin Young. 46, rather, Terence Zellner. Zellner has a best of a 48.97. Derek Adkins, more slightly built than some of the really powerhouse 400 hurdlers. 48.60, his best performance. Then Nicholas Wallenlind, 5th in the Olympic Games last year. And Sweden, amongst the men, have a pretty good record as far as the Europeans are going in 400 hurdling. Then the Olympic champion. And what a way to win an Olympic title when you break the world record as well. Getting down to 12 strides between some hurdles. Sven Nylander, runner-up in the European Championships 3 years ago, and that was behind Chris Akabusi. He is in lane 5. And there's Gary Cadogan, who won the UK, the United Kingdom Championships in mid-June. Thought that was enough to go to the Europa Cup, but the selectors, the British selectors, preferred the more experienced Chris Akabusi in Rome.
And to be fair, it was a very shrewd selection, that, wasn't it? Because Akabusi came up trumped in Rome at the European Cup and ran 48.73 for Britain.
Well, unlike Kevin Young there, who's been a pretty good high hurdler, Gary Cadogan is switching from the 400 flat, and his technique is still pretty raw. I'm thinking of Kevin Young's career. He's taken time to bring everything together. How he and his coach, John Smith, in California, have fulfilled that potential so far. Zellner in 1, Adkins 2, Wallenlind 3, Young 4, Nylander 5, Cadogan 6. Kevin Young last to rise. Ran a conservative first half to the race on Friday night in Lille, but he's off well already and leading in this 400 hurdles. Kevin Young, Derek Adkins also going well. And it's Young with Adkins in second. Young first to rise, overtaking now. into the home straight, and Kevin Young from Adkins, Terence Zellner of the USA on the inside going well, and what looks like third. Gary Cadogan of Britain hitting a hurdle, the Swedes dropping back. Kevin Young, oh, what a mistake there. Well, he just recovered in time, didn't he? Terence Zellner was about to score a famous victory. You wouldn't put much money on Kevin Young making a mistake like that, but that was an awesome error.
Well, Young really stretching for that final barrier, didn't quite get there, kicked it with his toes, came down on it and almost fell over backwards, and may have hurt his back there, in fact, Young. Let's have a look at this again. He comes off the bend with quite a healthy lead. Now, this is normally the strong point of Young's race. He's so powerful, he can maintain that stride length, but here, clears that one okay. Going well just inside him is Adkins. Adkins has run a very solid race indeed. I think he was really in the lead at 200 metres. There's where Young gets it wrong. Can't get that lead leg up and laughs with himself there. Has a little chuckle. Keeps going. Zellner comes through very strong.